For months, Tesla's silence on the Model 2 left many suspicious. Had the automaker's most anticipated project been shelved for good? But what seemed like a worrying pause was actually a strategic move. Recent internal information about the NV91 and NV93 projects revealed that development of the compact car is ongoing and bolder than ever. The goal? To launch a Tesla for less than $11,975, something unthinkable by today's industry standards. The lull behind the scenes was just the prelude to a game-changing leap forward for affordable electric vehicles. The secret behind this recovery lies in Tesla's approach to its production processes. Unlike traditional automakers, which simply reduce the size of their vehicles to reduce costs, Elon Musk's focus is on something more profound: reinvent the assembly line from scratch. The NV91 and NV93 projects were not suspended due to financial unfeasibility, but rather so that production technologies could be safely tested on already established platforms, such as the Model 3 and Model Y. This allowed the company to validate its methods without the risk of burning a completely new product to the market. This strategic pause allowed Tesla to develop the maturity of its production engineering. While other brands remain stuck with assembly lines with dozens of stages, Tesla has invested in megaparts cast with millimeter precision, structural batteries integrated into the chassis, and a radical reduction in components. This means fewer parts, fewer robots, fewer errors, and, of course, lower costs. A car that other brands would take $28,000 to manufacture, Tesla can produce for around $18,000. And that number isn't a guess. It's industrial math. The magic happens in the union of technology and strategy. By avoiding supplier margins and centralizing the entire operation, the company circumvents the high costs that affect traditional brands. While others still negotiate with dozens of partners, Tesla already builds, assembles, tests, and updates its cars in-house. It's as if it's playing with a stacked deck on a board it designed itself. This competitive advantage is what makes it possible to deliver a modern, electric, and functional car at a price that seems like it's from another decade. But reducing costs doesn't mean delivering a bare-bones car. The Model 2 aims to combine simplicity with efficiency, without sacrificing what matters. Minimalist design, smart materials, and an interface designed for everyday use are some of the ingredients of this new project. The goal isn't to compete with luxury cars, but rather with entry-level used cars, the ones that fill dealerships across the country. There's one catch, though. This Tesla will come with automatic updates, full connectivity, and zero fossil fuel consumption. And speaking of fuel economy, cost of ownership is another key piece of this equation. Lower financing, virtually no maintenance, and incredible fuel economy put the Model 2 in a class of its own. It's not just cheaper to buy, it's much cheaper to keep running. And when you add that to the fact that it's a vehicle with connectivity, autonomy, and safety already included, the math starts to make sense, even for those who've never considered an electric car. Tesla, contrary to what many thought, hasn't abandoned its dream of a mass-market car. It simply paved the way to do it right. The NV91, which many had already given up on, is more alive than ever, and is likely to be largely responsible for bringing an electric car under $12,000 to the streets. The most curious thing? This could happen even before traditional automakers were able to launch their own affordable electric cars. While the world wonders if it's possible to have a Tesla this cheap, the company continues to build the answer. And all signs point to that answer coming with wheels, a structural battery, a self-driving chip, and a price tag no one expected. Now, the focus turns to where this car will land first, and that brings us straight to the next point in this story. Want me to continue with the next topic? If there's one place where the Tesla Model 2 can truly make history, it's the United States. And not just anywhere, but specifically in California, Texas, Florida, and New York. These four states together account for nearly 40% of all electric vehicle sales in the country. It's no coincidence. They have something that many others are still chasing: infrastructure ready to receive a new generation of EV zits in these areas, that the Model 2 can go from design to routine use, charging silently in suburban garages and city parking lots. In California, for example, the network of public and private chargers already covers much of urban areas and even secondary roads. Tesla has absolute control over the local infrastructure, with superchargers on every corner. In Texas, the progress is more recent, but still impressive. The state is investing heavily in modernizing its electrical grid, which facilitates the installation of new charging points and even encourages residential generation solutions. It's there that solar panels and power walls are already becoming commonplace, a perfect fit with the Model 2's energy independence philosophy. In Florida, the growth of charging stations along major highway corridors like I-4 and I-95 is evident. Even with the humid climate and frequent storms, the state is preparing for a future where electric vehicles dominate the streets. New York, however, has a different profile. There, the focus is on urban centers, with chargers positioned in public garages, commercial parking lots, and even at strategic stops in shopping malls and busy avenues. This makes it possible to have an electric vehicle even without a dedicated parking space at home, which is the case for many New Yorkers. But what really raises eyebrows is that, while the press was fueling rumors about the Model 2's cancellation in 2024, Tesla was making more moves behind the scenes than ever before. Several parts manufacturers began receiving specific orders for more compact components, smaller batteries, and redesigned drivetrains. This isn't typical of a dying project. Quite the opposite. It's a clear sign that someone is preparing the assembly line for something completely new and very close to entering real production. Furthermore, data from industrial tool suppliers points to orders for molds and equipment designed for a car with 15% less material than the Model Y. This is economies of scale in spades. A lighter, simpler, yet still efficient car, costing less to produce and operate. No automaker spends millions on specialized machinery on a whim. When this movement happens, it's because the production line is already on the horizon, and the clock is ticking. Tesla knows that the Model 2's success depends on more than a good price or sharp marketing. It's the overall user experience that will determine the impact of this launch. And that's precisely why the company is targeting states with the best infrastructure first. Places where customers can buy today and start driving tomorrow without fear of running out of charge. Places where tax incentives, familiarity with the technology, and a pro-EV culture are stronger than ever. This strategic choice transforms the Model 2 into a real proposition. No conceptual EV or vague promises of affordability. It will be born in the most fertile soil for electric vehicles in the United States, ensuring initial market traction, valuable usage data, and a solid foundation for expansion. And when things take off, the model can be adapted to other countries and regions with the same care, learning from what worked and what didn't in major American centers. With such a sharp plan, there was only one ingredient missing to complete this equation: connectivity that follows the car anywhere on the map, even in places where the cell phone signal disappears out of nowhere. And guess what? That part is already done too. Do you want me to continue? When it comes to in-car connectivity, most automakers still rely on conventional cellular networks. But Tesla is about to turn that logic on its head. And with a detail that might seem far-fetched: free, lifetime internet from space. That's right. The Model 2 is expected to be the first Tesla to come equipped with full access to the Starlink network, with no monthly subscription, no premium package, no catch. This promise alone would be a game-changer for any affordable car. But here it's built into a vehicle costing less than $12,000. Tesla cars currently offer a connectivity plan for $9.99 per month, which includes features like real-time maps, traffic information, music streaming, voice commands, and over-the-air software updates. Sounds like a small amount? Add that up over 8 years, and the owner pays almost $1,000 more just to keep the car running properly. Now, imagine eliminating this cost and also extending connectivity to areas without 4G coverage. This is what Starlink, with over 7,600 active satellites in low orbit, will enable with the Model 2. The big trick lies in the cost structure. While traditional automakers pay between $6 and $8 per month per car to mobile carriers, Tesla cuts out the middleman. Since SpaceX is also owned by Elon Musk, the cost per car using Starlink drops to around $2 per year. On a large scale, this cost is so low that it becomes practically irrelevant. What's more, instead of charging for this service, Tesla will use free access as a significant differentiator at the time of purchase. For the consumer, it's like gaining over $1,200 in built-in value without spending a penny more. But this goes beyond saving on data. Having Starlink directly in the car means the Model 2 will receive real-time updates even in rural areas, forests, or mountainous regions where traditional signal strength is lacking. Imagine driving down a secluded road and still being able to change your GPS route, listen to a new song, or receive a safety alert directly from Tesla's system. This isn't luxury, it's security, and it's also a perfect foundation for future autonomous applications which depend on a constant connection to function effectively. Starlink integration also transforms the car into a true mobile diagnostic station. Data on consumption, battery temperature, real-time performance, and automatic updates are transmitted directly to the Tesla without relying on the garage's Wi-Fi. This allows the car to always stay up-to-date, fixing bugs, optimizing routes, and even adjusting energy management based on other vehicles' patterns. It's a car that adapts to its environment and learns from the network, all without the owner needing to press a button. In emergencies, connectivity can also be crucial. During natural disasters, like hurricanes in Florida or blizzards in upstate New York, cell towers go down, but satellites remain up there, steadfast. With Starlink, the Model 2 ensures active communication, location reporting, and remote support even in the worst conditions. It's like having a built-in rescue radio, only with maps, voice, and real-time data. For those living far from major cities, this can mean the difference between being isolated or receiving help quickly. And the best part is that the impact on energy consumption is virtually zero. The Model 2's roof-integrated antenna uses just 45 watts when active and enters power-saving mode, consuming just 3 watts when the car is stationary. Over a year, this cost equates to less than $2.50 in electricity. In other words, it's practically nothing compared to the savings on subscriptions and data plans. And all of this further strengthens the Tesla ecosystem, as each connected car helps improve the fleet's capabilities as a whole. In practice, the Model 2 will offer a connectivity experience that no car in this price range, or even those well above, can match. This reinforces the idea that it won't just be a cheap car, but rather a connected, intelligent, and future-ready vehicle, even before leaving the dealership. And when it comes to the future, Tesla still has a powerful card to play. Do you want me to continue? Few people expected that a car costing less than $12,000 could come with something that borders on the unbelievable, a smart solar charging system built into the body. But that's exactly what Tesla is preparing with the Model 2. Instead of relying exclusively on outlets, cables, or charging stations, this car will be able to power itself with sunlight. Sounds like an exaggeration? It's not. The project uses state-of-the-art solar cells integrated into the roof, hood, and even the rear of the vehicle, all designed to transform the car into a mobile generator of clean energy. These solar cells are unlike the ones you'd find on a house's roof. They have an efficiency of 28%, almost double that of traditional panels used just a few years ago. And even with a limited area, about 2.88 square meters, they can generate about 780 watts in ideal conditions with direct sunlight. Tesla estimates that in sunny states like California and Texas, that means more than 7,000 kilometers per year running only on solar energy without having to plug the car in. It's almost as if the car is charging itself while you sleep. But the real advantage lies in the system's architecture. Instead of charging the main battery directly, which would generate heat and inefficiency, Tesla created a system with a 2.5 kWh charged to a buffer battery. This secondary battery absorbs all the energy generated by the panels during the day, even when the car is stationary, and only transfers it to the main pack when conditions are ideal. This thermal and electrical trick increases solar charging efficiency by 50%, something other panel-based EV designs have yet to achieve. This type of energy autonomy transforms the owner's relationship with the car. Instead of worrying about the next charge, the owner begins to see the sun as a free and constant source of energy, especially if they live in regions with high solar incidence. States like Texas, Florida, and parts of Arizona, for example, are perfect for this. In places like New York, even with less direct sunlight, the system is still useful and generates extra miles every day. It's the difference between being stranded in an emergency or continuing on your journey with peace of mind. The system's cost is also impressive. Just $957 per car, including solar cells, a secondary battery, and installation labor. Considering that this generates an estimated savings of over $2,000 in electricity over the car's lifetime, the payback occurs in less than 5 years. And all of this would come standard, with no additional plans, no optional modules, no empty promises. The idea is clear: to deliver a car that is, literally, capable of recharging itself every day, even when parked on the street. And what happens when power outages occur? The Model 2 keeps running. During the 2021 Texas energy crisis, many EV owners were stranded because they couldn't charge their cars. With the Model 2's solar system, that risk virtually disappears. It can continue storing energy even when the house is in the dark, ensuring at least the essentials needed to get to safety. This level of energy independence, until now, was only dreamed of in high-end vehicles, never in a car under $12,000. Another surprising innovation is the automatic tilt system for the panels. When the car is parked, the hood can raise slightly, about 7 degrees, to optimize the solar capture angle. This movement is done automatically based on the geographic position and local time, maximizing the energy absorbed throughout the day. In other words, you park your car, and it adjusts its own solar roof without you doing anything at all. It's the kind of practicality that seems like something out of science fiction. This set of solutions puts the Model 2 in a new category, that of cars that truly do not depend on an outlet to exist. And if it's already bold to imagine this in 2026, it's even bolder to think that Tesla intends to deliver all of this along with free internet, lean production, and efficient design.